Okay. This solo break always stood out to me in this song. He's got actually two different solo breaks that he does. This is the first one. I think I like the second one even more, but the second one is definitely even crazier. So I thought this one would be a little bit more realistic to start out with. Maybe in a future video, I'll do the second one as well. But as far as the tonality goes, it kind of seems like it's centered around just like an open F type sound. And what I mean by that is it's not a clearly defined chord or tonality that they're playing around. It's basically just centered around an F note. So in the background, I just did like an F power chord, just the root and the fifth. I see like in this line, I see a lot of flat nine, kind of like half whole diminished type stuff, but there's also a lot more stuff beyond that. So maybe for a general tonality, you can say it's kind of like an F7 flat nine type sound, but like I said, it kind of weaves in and out of a lot of different things. So it starts like this. That's our first line. So we start with the A flat, F, pointer finger and ring finger. Then the middle finger on the A, pull off to the A flat. Right, and then from there, pull off to the A flat, and then pointer finger on the E flat and back to the A flat. And then he does an augmented arpeggio, which is interesting. B flat augmented, or whatever, B flat, D, or F sharp, whatever you want to call it. So F sharp, D, B flat. So, and that's my pinky on the F sharp, pointer finger on the D, pointer finger on the B flat. And that's the second line. So we got. And then from there, he does the E flat. So we got our middle finger on the middle finger on the E flat. Ring finger goes up to A, tritone. Then just slide it down a fret, and you have the A flat, D, back to A flat. So it goes. And then from there, I pull off from the A flat to the G flat, and he does like a E flat minor arpeggio, which is interesting. So that's like an example right there of the tonality. Like you got if it's against F, you kind of have like the natural 4, flat 7, flat 9. So that would create like almost like a dominant flat 9 suspended sound, right? If you really want to get kind of over analytical about it, I would say that's what's going on there. So it's not completely, diminished. There's kind of a lot of different things going on. So we got. Okay, and then after that, I really like this combination of notes. He does D, A, so it's a fifth. And then all he does here is the sixth goes up a half step, and the fifth goes down a half step. I'm sorry, the sixth and the third. So it's a 6 and 3. The 6 goes up a half step, the 3 goes down a half step. So you get 3, 5, 3. Why do I keep saying 5? 6, 3, flat 7, flat 3. Sorry, I have a tendency to misspeak a lot in these videos. Sorry, I'm usually kind of just rushing to get these out every week, so my apologies if I misspeak a lot. So D, A, E flat, A flat. And I love that combination of notes because over F, right, those are really cool sounding notes against F, right? They're all great. They all work nicely. If you're doing like a bluesy type sound, you have the 6, the flat 7, the sharp 9, and the 3. Right, so you can get a lot of cool different ideas just from those 4 notes alone. So. All right, and then from there we got starting the D, do the D to A again, pull off to A flat. E flat, A flat again. And then that second half is D, A flat, E flat, and then A to A flat again, E flat, and then he goes down to the major third. So we have A, right, which is against the F, pointer finger on A, and then the 6 middle. So. Obviously, rhythmically, there's a lot of stuff going on here. It took me a long time. I don't even know if I'm comfortable with it yet, to be honest with you. And then here's a cool little fourthy kind of thing. So you take like this fourth shape, B flat, E flat, A flat. He goes like this. So he starts with the A flat, E flat, and then just one quick pull off from A to A flat, and then go down the fourths. I like that a lot. Now here he goes up to D, and he's doing a major 7. D with your, I'm using my middle finger just because I'm going back down in this area. It's just the easiest for, fingering sake. Middle finger on D, pinky goes up to the C sharp on the first string. Another example of different tonalities, right? If you're looking at this against F, it's your major 6, and this is actually your flatted 6, or flat 13, whatever you want to call it. So that's kind of an interesting interval combination. I like that. I haven't really seen a lot of that before over like a dominant type sound, but I like that a lot. So the way we get into that, so that comes from that before that you do that fourth line and then the major 7s. Okay, so far up to here, if I can remember all this, we got right here, A flat minor arpeggio, which this is definitely out of the half hole diminished. If he's even thinking that, I might be completely overanalyzing all this. Maybe he just has a bunch of different kind of, notes that he's weaving in and out of. But B, A flat, E flat, or C flat for you purists out there. So we got. This is cool. I like these 3 notes. A, D, A flat. Another really interesting note combination. So one common thing I'm definitely seeing a lot in this is he's weaving in and out of like A natural and A flat, which is like the major 3rd and the sharp 9, right? All these different, and this is a really cool example of that, right? Because actually if you look at the major 3rd and the flatted 3rd voiced this way, you get that minor 9 interval. So that creates a really cool sound. So he goes. That's how we go into that. We have that A flat minor arpeggio. And I just set my pinky on the A. Alright, and then this is cool as well. So right here's straight like F7 arpeggio without the 5. So A, ring finger on E flat, pointer finger on A, middle finger on F. And after that, I love this. Great sound. So do that E flat, A, F, and then your pointer finger jumps up to the D, which is our major 6. D, middle finger on B, middle finger on E flat. So that's definitely like a diminished type sound. Okay, so back to the sharp 9, right? Our A flat. And then we do that D and A again, right? And then from there he does E flat to D flat. Okay, and here's the last big line. This actually, I think, is the easiest part, just because it's all straight 8th notes, so rhythmically you don't have to really drive yourself crazy over it. So he starts with, I start with this. Ring finger on B, middle finger on F, and I jump up to the F sharp and B flat on the first string. So there's a little bit of a jump. This is straight chromatic. G, G sharp, A, and we literally just go chromatic all the way down from A to E flat. The fingering I'm doing is like this. A. I move the same thing up to the 7th fret. And then from here, I'm in 6th position on E flat. And this sounds like a cool, almost sounds like a Ladybird kind of turnaround. A little, definitely different than Ladybird, but that kind of similar, like stuff like that people do. So it goes 1, 2, so we're thinking E flat major. Here we got 1, 2, 3, 5. So, and then you just move the first 3 notes get moved up a half step, but the top notes stay the same. So E flat, F, G, B flat, E, F sharp, G sharp, B flat. That's a cool sound. And then G flat, 1, 2, 3, 5 of G flat, if you want to think of it like that. So G flat, A flat, B flat, D. So, and then just a C augmented arpeggio. Right. So So clearly, like, he's C augmented, right? He's thinking C7 to resolve back to the F. So then F, A flat, E flat. All right, so we got. Let me try one more faster.